My name is Sayeed Ahmed, and I am a CEO of a video and blockchain startup. And among other things, I am also a venture partner here at F50 Elevate, mentor at YouTube Accelerator, and a deal team member at Sutton Capital. But enough about me. Let's talk about this presentation that I'm going to do today. So today I'm going to talk to you about breakthrough technologies. Essentially, these are technologies or inventions that present endless possibilities and of how technologies can shape the future for the better. Health tech is our focus, and health tech refers to the use of technologies for the purpose of improving any and all aspects of the healthcare system. The technologies in play that we see and hear a lot about these days in healthcare are blockchain, which I'm going to talk about today, artificial intelligence, which is making a lot of headroads when it comes to healthcare in terms of basically mining the medical records data, and the diagnostic data, the drug usage data to come up with more effective treatments and recommendations, and for creation of new drugs and all. That's a very long and deep tech topic that I'm not going to cover in this talk today. Devices and sensors, which is primarily wearables, which everybody is familiar with now, and that are being ubiquitously used. There are also sensoring and device technology in play inside the hospitals as well. And then virtual reality, augmented reality, a great play in terms of education and training for surgeons and doctors and paramedic staff. 3D printing has come into play because some startups are focused on generating or regenerating, tissues and blood vessels. And lastly, but not least, robotics and nanotechnology. Robotics has a play in surgeries and making them more effective and safe. And nanotechnology is being used for smart pills, which are used in diagnostics and testing, as well as for treatment. All right, let's focus on blockchain in health tech. So what's blockchain? Blockchain is a software technology, of course, which is distributed, which means it's not all in one location. Encrypted, which means it's protected, it's private, and it's secure. Immutable, which means it cannot be changed. Once a record is written on blockchain, it's there perpetually forever. And last but not least, it's a ledger which records entries in a chronological chain. So these four elements are the basics of blockchain. Blockchain applications in health tech are number one in health records, number two in supply chain, and number three in genomics data. In health records, the primary use cases are in storage and sharing of medical records. Today, in today's world, in the health sector, our medical records are stored, created and stored in siloed and proprietary databases and file systems and software pieces, and sharing of those is pretty cumbersome as well. And carrying those when traveling overseas is a major problem. And then the other area for blockchain is in basically storage of prescriptions, tracking of prescriptions, and maintaining a record of prescriptions for patients. And these days, with the current pandemic situation of COVID-19, there's a lot of talk about basically immunization passports that are going to be used to enable people to go back to work, to travel, to socialize, to entertain, and that's where the blockchain technology is also going to come into play. There's a lot of startups working in this area. In supply chain, essential use cases are in the, first of all, in the overall, vendor identity management and KYC, which helps, identify suppliers and get them on board fast, and helps in the inventory management and reliable reordering of parts and supplies. which came into effect most recently with the shortage and dearth of suppliers in the PPE and swabs and other basic needs in the medical sector in fighting COVID-19. Second use case that I put in here is essentially for medical supplies, essentially establishing ownership, chain of custody, and provenance of medical supplies. And then for drugs, basically, to stop counterfeiting of drugs, it's very essential to have an indelible, immutable, secure record of drugs online on a piece of software that can be used by drug manufacturers all across the world, and without the risk of actually getting them in the hands of the counterfeiters. So to stop the spurious, supply of drugs. Genomics data has come into play as well. There are startups who are working on building a blockchain-based solution for storage of the genomic or DNA data. And once that DNA data is stored on the chain, then the opportunities to be able to, for an individual to actually share or exchange that DNA or genomic data for the purposes of science experiments or trials or overall, enhancement and development of next generation future medical solutions and treatments comes into effect, as well as the fact that it enables people to offer their DNA data in a marketplace for sale, provided if they are okay with that. So that pretty much sums up what I had presented today, which is blockchain and its application in health tech, which is primarily in the areas of supply chain, genomics data, and for storage of medical records. Thank you very much. It was a pleasure to present to you today, and looking forward to further engagement. Thank you. Bye-bye.